I used to be a director of nursing at one of the colleges in Florida, and I just saw exactly how the students were struggling. And they would come to my office crying, and they're not passing their exams, and they graduate, and they end up failing the boards. And it just hurt my heart so badly because I know they can do it. There's other issues in their lives. There's things going on, and I understood them basically. So I saw it more and more and more and more and more, and I'm like, no, this cannot work. So I left that position and decided to do my own NCLEX prep. And I wanted to mentor these students, coach them, because I know they have what it takes. They just need a little tweaking. But when you're in college, it's so fast paced, you don't have time. And then they're sent out to basically go take the NCLEX. And so that's what happened. So we basically evolved into a NCLEX prep course or NCLEX prep company. And that's lasted for about 5 years. And we were so proud of what we were doing because I personally, my first 5 students, it was a smaller company at the time. My first 5 students, I passed them within 6 weeks. And these are students who actually took the boards from that same school I went to, some of them. And one of them failed 8 times before she found me. And it just was amazing. Worked with her for 6 weeks straight, every single day. And she's actually a manager right now in the hospital in critical care. So just to know that we have what it takes, the recipe that allows a student to pass the boards, it's incredible. So we're very comfortable there. We're comfortable with what we have. So after creating NCLEX ED, so what happened after that, we saw some needs there. We looked at it, we created some curriculums, we created a ton of videos. Actually, we have over 1,700 videos right now that we've created authentically. So we use those strategies, those videos, some test-taking tips to evolve into basically the actual NCLEX Ed, so NCLEX Prep. From that, we realized, wait a second, we're actually teaching students who are in school, who have graduated, we're teaching them from Foundations of Nursing, actually from A&P, Anatomy and Physiology. So that's a general education course. So we're going back to the basics and we're teaching them. So we decided, we need to create a college. We need to have a college, which is where North Palm College evolved. And this is where we are today. So we merged both the NCLEX Prep and the college together. So we have the NCLEX Prep embedded into our program right now. And it's one of the last courses that the students have to take. It's 10 weeks long and it's strictly NCLEX Prep. And because we already know how to get the students where they need to go when it comes to the NCLEX and passing it, we're comfortable with what we're doing with that end of it. They do get an exit exam. They get a ton of exams and they're going to be ready. But what we did within our program, we didn't just stop there. And I know I just said we have a course at the very end, but we actually instituted NCLEX strategies, NCLEX questions from the beginning of the program, from term 1 all the way through term 7. So the students are actually getting acquainted with NCLEX style questions. So once they get to the end or even on the NCLEX, they're comfortable. Those are your select all apply. Those are your drag and drop. Those are your multiple questions, choices, and they're all there. So we teach them how to get there early, because that's what I found at the other school, the school that I worked at. It was all crammed in at the end. So the students were struggling because they didn't understand the anatomy. They didn't understand all of what's required in order to answer these NCLEX style questions. So that's why North Palm College was born.